This week in AI, the biggest companies building artificial intelligence did something almost nobody expected. Instead of arguing against regulation, OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic all publicly agreed that advanced AI needs stronger oversight. When the companies creating the world's most powerful AI systems start asking for regulation, it's worth paying attention. So, what happened? Why now? And what does it actually mean for businesses and everyday users? Let's break it all down.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of AI Weekly by Wave Insights. I'm Azga. Every week, we'll bring you the biggest developments from the world of artificial intelligence, not just what happened, but why it matters. Whether you're a business owner, a working professional, a student, or simply curious about the future of technology, this series is designed to help you stay informed without spending hours scrolling through headlines. If that sounds useful, consider subscribing, because there's always something new happening in AI. Now let's get started.
The biggest AI companies are asking for regulation. Let's begin with what is arguably the biggest AI story of the week. The leaders of OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic have all publicly called for stronger oversight of frontier AI systems. That's significant. Think about it for a second. These are the companies competing to build the world's smartest AI models. Yet, despite that competition, they're agreeing on one important point. As AI becomes more powerful, safety and governance become more important. Their proposals include ideas like independent testing of advanced AI systems, clearer oversight, and common standards for evaluating risk. Now, does this mean strict regulations are arriving tomorrow? No. But it does signal something important. The AI industry is beginning to acknowledge that innovation alone isn't enough. Responsible development is becoming part of the conversation. And for businesses, this means AI governance and compliance are likely to become increasingly important over the coming years.
The conversation around military AI continues. And our second story highlights another important discussion happening across the technology industry. This week, a Google DeepMind researcher publicly explained why they resigned from the company following concerns about Google's military AI work. The researcher argued that advanced AI should have stronger human oversight in defense-related applications. Whether you agree or disagree with that position isn't really the point. The bigger takeaway is this: as AI becomes more capable, we're no longer discussing only technology. We're discussing ethics, public policy, national security, and how society wants these systems to be used. These conversations will likely become more common, not less, as AI continues to evolve.
AI is becoming an infrastructure business. Yes, one trend that's becoming increasingly clear is that AI companies are moving beyond chatbots. Recent product announcements from OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic continue to focus on integrating AI into everyday work rather than treating it as a standalone tool. Think document analysis, workflow automation, research assistance, software development, business operations. The direction is obvious. AI is gradually becoming part of the software people already use every day. That means the question for businesses is slowly changing. Instead of asking, should we use AI? Many organizations are now asking, how do we integrate AI into the way we already work? That's a very different conversation.
What this means? So what should businesses take away from this week's news? Curious? 3 things. First, AI is maturing. The conversation is shifting from exciting demos to responsible deployment. Second, governance matters. Businesses should begin thinking about policies, employee training, and responsible AI usage, not just the tools themselves. And finally, the companies that succeed won't necessarily be the ones using the most AI. They'll be the ones using AI thoughtfully and strategically. Thoughtful. That's a theme you'll probably hear us repeat quite often here on Wave Insights. Before we wrap up, here's a quick recap. OpenAI, Google DeepMind, and Anthropic are increasingly aligned on the need for AI governance. Ethical debates around military AI continue to shape public discussion. AI companies are focusing more on embedding AI into business workflows than simply releasing new chatbots.
That's it for this week's AI Weekly. If you found today's roundup helpful, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss next week's biggest developments. And I'd love to hear from you. Do you think governments should regulate advanced AI systems? Or should innovation move as freely as possible? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Aska. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next week for another edition of AI Weekly by Wave Nestai.